What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Brock.
Mike,
I'm Brock, and tonight we're going to continue through Sudden Death 2103 with Brainstorm and Zouave. Or Zouave.
I just always comically refer to him as Rico Zouave.
He's the Conqueror, whoever he is. I don't think he's conquered much, though.
No, both these guys are good enhancement.
Yes,
But what Tom did is he gave the enhancement some uh, like character. There's some thought behind them.
right.
You know,
Fun. Something fun to do.
yeah.
And spoiler alert, they both get better eventually.
I haven't got to that part yet, but I know they do.
Well, this is an upgrade for old Zouave. He was in the birthday bash set where I've never seen this before. He had a negative raw weight, raw rating. He was a negative 16, negative 13, and he jumped all the way up to a 5.8. Watch out, he's going to start conquering.
Yeah, well, we'll start off with Brainstorm then.
All right, here he is.
He's a enhancement who's got a manager.
Yes, his student assistant has a distractor rating of 4, which is lower than the generic for just having somebody at ringside.
Yeah.
So she doesn't pay much attention, apparently.
But she's there helping out.
She is. It's a thought that counts.
I know. I'm just assuming you didn't use Brainstorm.
No, this is way into the dark era
Yeah, he's
of, of my Fed.
um he's only been for me. He's only been wrestling 2 years. He feuded against Gemini and Sir Ender in my UWA, so my
Ooh,
my low tier Fed, and he beat them both.
that's impressive.
So he's done that now. I can't say beating up Gemini and Surrender are,
Yeah, it's something.
but he got the win. And I think actually I have him turning face
Really.
in my upcoming, well, not this year, but the next year.
He's definitely got a character that's always existed in wrestling, like you've had the genius, Dean Douglas. This is right around the time of Dean Douglas.
Yeah.
That smart guy, Damian Sandow, kind of had that character when he first came in. But it's something that wrestling needs, the overly smart heel that just rubs in that he's smarter than everybody.
Yep. And then he isn't, so he gets the crap kicked out of him, which makes it fun.
Exactly. Hitting the books is his finisher, where Darla, she has a name, distracts the referee and he hits somebody over the head with a book.
It's a zero finish, I think.
Yes. Should be a +1. Get this guy a bigger book.
Get him a hard cover.
Exactly. An Encyclopedia Britannica. He's
But
fun though.
he is. I do enjoy this is with some of the enhancement guys. I just don't like using them, so I'll bring them in for a couple of years and then just cycle them out. But I'm having a lot of, I enjoy using Brainstorm
Hmm. And for an
because
enhancement guy, he's not terrible.
no, but he's also like I said, he's that guy that just gets under your skin.
Uh-huh.
If if you watched him in real life, uh, You're hoping that the good guy just beats the crap out of him.
Hmm.
Now, surprisingly, and it might surprise Jeff as well, but he's held no titles for me.
What about Darla?
Yeah,
Doesn't Darla gets a card eventually, doesn't she?
I do not know.
Yeah, she does, a CPC card.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, Darla. Goes full circle.
Does she stay with Brainstorm?
Let's see. Looks like it. Hmm. Yeah, when he came back, she was with him and she wrestled then. I guess he goes away for a little while,
Oh,
and then they bring him back to CPC.
yeah. There's not a whole lot we can, you know. You do have an enhancement guy
Hmm.
uh, who does get upgraded.
He does. He gets three more cards after this, and each one gradually better. So you see his progression through his career.
I like to see that. And every guy I don't think needs it, but every so often to have a guy do that,
Hmm.
so you can grow them like Ursa Major and Pulsar.
Yeah, because he disappears for 5 years in between his second and third card. So that makes even more sense where he gets the big upgrade. He goes away for a while, hones his craft, then comes
Working the
back.
indies, getting
Hmm.
better.
Yeah, makes sense. And sometimes those guys that are just around that long, they just start winning matches because the crowd gets behind them just because of familiarity and stuff.
Yeah,
So good for Brainstorm. So he came in as a member of the Rocket Men with Johnny Rocket as his manager, along with Darla at ringside.
yeah. I wouldn't have. Well, I never thought of that having two managers basically. So
Yeah,
if
I
one
wonder how that
fails, the
works.
other one can do it.
Yeah, if you can't roll less than a four, you get Johnny Rocket had a decent
He
distractor, I
had,
think.
he had an eight, I think, or a seven.
Yeah, it was up there.
But for me, Johnny Rocket's one of the best.
Oh yeah.
And he's always been a face for me. He's always
Okay.
been a good guy heel, a good guy manager.
For this era, I think he's the manager. He's like the Jimmy Hart, I think, and like you had Guile, I think, before him, and then
Yeah.
I think it switched over to Johnny Rocket. For me at least, for a little play I had in this era. I do think often about fixing that. But I think I go all the way back. Because my 2087 bet is not exactly by the book.
No, I keep telling you, you should put it on stream. Start off with the
Yeah.
2074
Hmm. I could do it. I have all the cards.
and slowly work your way through it, and then leave like Friday nights or Sunday nights for um your bootleg fed.
Hmm. Something to consider.
It is.
A Legends Fed would be popular too, I think. I just don't think I'd be good at booking a Legends Fed.
No, it's always tough.
Because you have all those personal bias.
Yeah.
Unless I went all the way back to like the the Legends cards from like the early turn of the century guys.
I I was reading about one promoter that got all the actual wrestling cards
Hmm.
and wrote down when guys started and finished. And so
I
when he
think that
goes year
was
by year,
that was Ty,
it
wasn't it? Did that?
might have been Ty. And he was, going through year by year, and so guys would wrestle, and then that's how he brought guys in and out was when they actually
Hmm.
wrestled and retired.
Todd W that we had on. Didn't he do a Fed where he went all the way back, and
He,
then his
he
history his Legends history ties into his GWF history?
I think, yeah, I think that's what he did.
Somebody we talked to did that.
That definitely might have been Todd.
I think it was, which I thought was awesome because it's the cards are you have the cards. You can go back as early as like 1902 or something like that as some of the earlier, even earlier than that, I think a couple of them. Abe Lincoln, if you want to use that card.
And but how would you power creep the brainstorm?
I would just, I mean, if you're hitting somebody over the head with a book, I would make that a +1. I love the name, hitting the books. That sounds like
Yeah.
something I would come up with.
Um, since you take that one, looking at the size of his arms, I'd give him at least a 0 power.
Yeah, this guy's pretty built.
And he's got like a +2 or something.
+1. So
Yeah.
not awful.
May take him to a -1 then.
Yeah. What is his height and weight here? He's 5'9.5", 222. So he's a squat build. So
I had him at 6'1", 218.
yeah, he's Darla is into him though. I'll tell you. Look at that. Whoop, where am I? Look at that.
Well, that's good though. That's one thing, you bring guys in, and other than Amazonia, everybody just kind of leaves the guys they show up with.
Yeah.
The bad guys don't
Good
treat me bad. Well, that's because they're bad guys.
good on Darla. Standing by her man.
Then next we can bring in Rico Zouave.
Here he is. Zouave the Conqueror. First debuted in a birthday bash set, which is one of the green ones, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was probably one of the weakest cards ever made. And then he gets upgraded, and he's still one of the weakest cards ever made. But
He's done he's done some stuff for me.
he's got a double finisher.
Yep.
Just getting to those is tough. But looking at him, like the down on level 2 defense is pretty standard now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the balance of the power creep, I think. So I don't even think he'd be as bad today with the power creep as he was meant to be then. But having a C in ropes, Brainstorm also had a C in ropes because that comes up a lot.
Yeah. It's funny. He lost his first three feuds. He fought Vladhammer, lost, and then he fought Eagle, another birthday bash guy. So I had them go at each other for 3 years. They had a great little mini feud there. And he lost those, and then he finally drew against him.
There you go.
And then he got his new card.
Okay.
Uh, and then he beat Romulus, beat El Pantera Negro because he got a negative power.
Mm,
And El Pantera Negro doesn't do well against people who are stronger.
okay.
And
He's an
then,
NGO bootleg, if anybody's wondering.
yeah, actually, he was pre-NGO.
Yes, but branded re-release under
Yeah,
the end.
and then he fought Rafiki and lost. So he bit off
Okay.
more than he could chew there. He's like, yeah, I beat El Pantera Negro. I could take. Oh no, I lost against Rafiki. But on the way, he captured my UWA TV title, which is my jobber heavyweight championship, basically. So I let the jobbers fight for a title. And then I had the Milky Way tag, which is a low level tag. So some of my promotions, two of them, the GWF and my NGA have a. So the UWA became NGA. It's my whole thing, but
hmm
um, sorry, NGA is my middle. UWA is my bottom tier, and NGA doesn't have a. They only have one tag title. but the um, my UWA, because I got so many guys, because I just bring guys in. It's where I test guys out on
Yeah.
storylines and arcs. So I have a low tier tag team, and Zouave teamed up with Mutant of all people, and they captured the tag title and held on to it for probably 4 or 5 defenses.
Nice. He comes in as a member of the Masked Assassins because apparently the helmet is also a mask.
Yeah,
He must wrestle with it.
I could possibly see that, but
He's killed by his agility rating.
+3, I think, isn't it?
+4, and he has 4 agility or 3 agility checks on level 1 offense. Kills him.
And but the surprising thing for me is he has injured 12 people. So
It's the
for an
helmet.
enhancement guy, he's a mean enhancement guy.
Yeah, yeah. He didn't mess around.
No, like I said, I tried to give him a little bit more personality. No, I have him coming in at like 6'5", 273. I have him one of these big.
He's big. He's 6'1", 320 pounds. He's a big dude.
Yeah, and so I have him as he tries to be a tough guy. He's not, but he tries. I'm trying to think of what enhancement you could probably uh, maybe a Jim Powers,
Okay.
but a bad guy Jim Powers. That's kind of how I picture him.
Or he could be any big guy in AEW since they don't book any of their big guys to win.
I do not know. I don't have cable, so I don't watch AEW. But like I said, he's a neat character. But what I think you can do with some of these guys, like these low tier guys, is if you give them a good personality, it can take them a long way.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that's what was definitely attempted here. And I
Yeah.
think succeeded.
That's the same with Brainstorm. Tom tried to give
Hmm.
him a little bit more personality than, when Ursa Major first came in, he had no
Right.
personality.
Yeah. He's just an upstart kid, basically,
Yeah.
that he knew was going to get beat up, but nobody really cared.
Oh. And same with Black Hole Bart and Astro Turk. That they were
Yeah.
their comedy relief, but
Hmm.
they were the ding dongs or the
They
turtle
weren't that
punch.
bad, but close.
And with Zouave, I'm like, he's supposed to be a big guy. I'm gonna, book him as he where he's trying to be a badass.
Hmm. What is the Demolisher? It's a running power slam.
Yeah.
And then Conquer Victory Run. He ties the opponents in the ropes and tries to hit a clothesline. So that's how he can miss.
Yeah, that one doesn't hit all the time though.
No, it only hits on a 1 or a 2, and it
Yeah.
misses 3 through 6. And then the opponent takes over on level 3 offense if he misses.
Yeah.
So there's a pretty big
He's only hitting 33% of the time.
yes. It's a big risk for very little reward.
But what can you do? If you're that, because he's fighting other low tier guys.
Hmm.
And so if he can get that +2 or even a +1 to +2 finisher, because a lot
He's
of those guys
it's
have,
over.
5 through, five or six pins.
Hmm.
He can get that win in.
Yep. Just getting him to level 3 offense is quite a task.
And keeping him there because he can't keep people down
Nope.
either.
Nope. He's got 2 level 2 moves to
Yeah,
top off his level 3. His defense is solid though, other than the high pin.
I'm trying to think here.
He's got 3 comebacks on 1, 2 on 2. So did Brainstorm. Well, Brainstorm only had 2 on 1.
Yeah, those comebacks are hampered by the fact that he's got 4 agilities.
Yeah, he comes back on 1.
Goes back on one unless he's fighting Man Mountain. His opponent's taken right back over.
Hmm. or Zouave. I like his art though.
It's not a for a Bendis pick, it's not that bad.
No, it's he looks cool. Bendis drew every one of these drawings, I think.
Oh, we can tell.
But I think even the 2109 Bendis drawing is good for him, I think.
I have uh I have an art book that I used to take to conventions, and
Hmm.
Bendis actually did a sketch,
Yeah.
and he the one thing he wrote is, "This is why I don't draw."
Hey, it was his foot in the door.
Yeah,
Look at him now.
that was pretty good.
Hmm.
But for Zouave though, for me, if I was going to power creep him, he's got a lot,
Yeah. Hmm.
but I think I might make his finisher a 50-50 then.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Just to be different, I'll make the bear hug a bear hug 3 on level 3 offense.
Yeah, that was my second choice. Either get rid of one of them twos.
Yeah. And a big 6'1", 320-pound guy. I mean, his bear hug would hurt.
Yeah, and then
Either that or the ropes rating of C.
yeah,
Knock that down to a B. I'll stick with the bear hug.
and then for our Mount Rushmore, we're going to talk about our the worst breakfast cereals
Okay.
because I'm a big breakfast cereal guy.
Uh-huh.
I go to Walmart probably once or twice a month because right now their cereals are like three for $10.
Ooh, you got cereal's expensive now.
Yeah, I just went to Azairs today and they had Count Chocula on for $2 a box. I'm like, I'm picking
Oh,
up these bad boys.
stock up. It'll be a year until you can get it again. Or is that, do they stock Count Chocula year round for you?
No,
I think they only that one gets stocked year round for us, and then the other monster cereals are seasonal.
yeah, none of them get stocked. They come out mid-September and they last until about mid-November,
Okay.
and you get Chocula, Blueberry, and Frankenberry.
No Fruit Brute
No, no Fruit Brute,
or
none.
what are some of the other ones? Yummy Mummy.
That one just sounds bad.
I think Fruit Brute is lime flavored. You want that sour milk.
So I'm thinking for my worst cereals, ones that I've always hated. Uh, I don't know about you, but growing up, my mom would always buy puffed wheat.
Hmm. Yeah, that no.
Hated that. If you didn't eat it within the first 15 seconds, it was paste.
Yes, with no taste.
Yep. Second would be a step up, Rice Krispies.
Yeah, Rice Krispies aren't good. You have to put something in it, like fruit or something.
Yeah, I've never been. I don't even like Rice Krispie squares.
That has marshmallows.
My wife loves them. I do not even like them. I'm not a Rice Krispie fan.
Hmm.
Second, my third would be plain Cheerios.
Okay,
They're
pretty bland.
yeah, they're pretty bland for
They're heart healthy though.
sure. And then my last one, I'm gonna have to go with Captain Horatio Magellan, Captain Crunch. That's his full name, by the way, in case nobody knew it.
Hmm.
Captain Horatio Magellan.
If you don't let it soak in the milk long enough, it's like chewing on broken glass.
Oh yeah, it will tear the roof of your mouth.
That's the one cereal you have to let get soggy.
Yeah, it is just, and I'm not a fan of it.
I like Captain Crunch. I like it a lot.
I'll buy it maybe once every 2 years, and then I'm like, yeah, now I remember why I didn't buy it.
What about Crunch Berries?
Not a big fan of any of the Captain Crunch family.
They had
I
peanut butter Captain Crunch for a while.
They do, and probably my honorable mention would have to be. I'm really doubting you have it down there, but we have Timbit cereal,
We used
Tim
to. I don't know
Hortons
if we
has its
still
own
do.
cereal.
I don't think we have it anymore.
Yeah, it's just highly concentrated sugar for breakfast cereal. It's a little too sweet for me.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Fun.
that would be my four and my honorable mention.
All right, I'll go ahead and start. Fiber One basically tastes like cardboard, but it's high in fiber. Honey bunches of oats. Bunches of oats with not a lot of honey. Not very good. Fruity Pebbles for the
Oh yeah.
same reason you put the puffed rice on there, it turns soggy immediately, and it just doesn't taste good. I like Cocoa Pebbles, but not a fan of the Fruity Pebbles. We have a giant bag of it here that Hope insisted we get, but nobody's eating it. Um, then I'll say Sugar Smacks.
Oh yeah, I remember those. We don't really get a. You guys have way more cereals
Oh
than
yeah, we have way more things that are bad for us to make us fat. Um, I think that was four, wasn't it?
Yep.
An honorable mention, I'll go with think of a good one. Grape nuts. They're not grapes or nuts or good.
I remember that cereal. I don't think I've ever eaten it.
You're not missing anything. But I will give you a tip. If you go to Walmart, I hope they have this up there. It's the generic version of Golden Grams. I forget what they call them, but the Malto Meal Walmart brand in the giant Ziploc bag, it's better than the real thing because it's like covered in like the cinnamon toast crunch sugar,
Oh.
but it's the Golden Grams. So we actually prefer the generic to the real at our house, and it
It's funny
never lasts long.
when I go to the US, I'd always hit up a Walmart so I can go down, the cereal aisle and it'd be like, you know,
An entire
75
aisle.
different types of cereal. I'm like, this is insane. And I would bring back like 12 or 15 different, I'm just shopping cart full of cereals,
It's fun.
like Cookie Crisp.
I'm a big fan of the mascots on knockoff versions of the cereals.
And then Jeff always makes fun because our milk comes in bags.
Hmm.
So if anybody ever has not seen it, Google Canadian milk bags for all the American viewers, and you're going to be shocked, especially in Ontario. We have our milk. You buy a bag, open it up, and there's three smaller bags inside, and
Hmm.
it's just because it's been easier on the recycling.
Okay.
And when I went there, I saw a whole section of cereal just in bags,
Hmm. Bulk, like 2 or 3 pound bags.
and I was like, "What?" The only cereal I had seen like that before that came in bags like that was puffed wheat
Hmm.
because they came in bags, that were 4 feet tall,
Yeah.
cost your mom like $1.50, and you'd eat it. It was hands down the worst cereal ever created. But actually, I think there was a guy in one of the conventions one year. One of Tom's friends made a book on cereal.
Oh yeah.
That was the year She Devil showed up, Ashley,
Okay.
and he released the book on cereals, hoping that we'd buy it.
I didn't get it. I don't even know if I
Oh,
looked at it. I don't remember it at all.
I looked at it, but I was like going through it. He's like, "You remember this?" I'm like, "Some of it," but you're talking to a Canadian guy, and our cereal aisle was, 15 different types of cereals.
Not 300 like we have. Gotta love it.
And that was it.
It's
And I
fun.
did notice subscribers, we got a whole
Oh,
bunch.
through the roof.
167.
Yeah, we had a big week. It was the butchers.
Well, I think Smoke's family might have chimed in because Jared was our 165.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was
yeah,
good.
those last two episodes did quite well.
They did. They
Almost
did.
almost 70 viewers. This one, if we crack 30, because we
We're
got
back on pace.
we got two top-notch guys, Zouave and Brainstorm.
Yeah, watch out. Well, this will be a shorter one. Maybe people will stick around and watch it longer.
That's true. We're not even going to have to start and restop.
No, we're gonna all in one. That's all
Doesn't
right.
happen often, folks, but it happens.
Mm-mm. And it's not a bad thing.
No,
All right, I guess we can wrap this one up. Post your least favorite cereals below. Interesting to see what people don't like because everyone loves Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I
I've
do.
I've yet to meet a person that does not like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But post what you don't like below. And also, while you're here, scroll on down to the description where you'll see our friends who make Filsinger Games related content, including the official Filsinger Games podcast Roll Up, Uncharted Territory from the Legends team, Dizzy Dice from Lee Longpree, Solo Promoter from Grant Pachoco. He's also on YouTube here as well. Also on YouTube, you'll find Brad Plays 81, Bucky 749, After Further Review, and Dave Little's Heartland Championship Wrestling. I'm over on Twitch. Still trying to figure out where Champions of the Galaxy is going to fall in because start of the school year is rough for me. Like I'm working super stupid hours and long days and don't have much left to actually like talk a lot on a stream. So
Yeah,
you have to talk a lot.
our school years start at different times.
We started super early this year. We usually start like this week, but we started last week. We started on the 22nd, and I don't
In
see why.
in Canada, we start after Labor Day in September.
That's what we used to do back when I was in school. But that's since changed and we go in earlier and earlier. But you'd think you get more breaks throughout the year, but we don't. I don't know where those days go, but it's a mandated number of days, so I don't understand. It just seems like there's no days off, but yet we keep starting earlier and earlier. We get a decent Christmas break this year because Christmas falls on a Wednesday, so that's you get the whole week then that way. So that's probably where most of it goes. But
Yeah, that's
yeah,
my vacation. I spread it out. I'm like, okay, so Christmas is on a Wednesday, so we get Boxing Day. You guys don't have Boxing Day. We have Boxing Day.
mhm.
So I take Monday, Tuesday off. Wednesday, Thursday are days off that are regulated. So Friday, so I take 3 days off. I get, the 2 days before and the day after, so I'm at like 9 days. Then I take a couple days off. I got New Year's, so I spend 5 days vacation, and I get like 12 days off.
Yeah, we can. I have that option too, but I love going into work on those days when no one's there because I could get a week's worth of work done in like 2 or 3 days
I do
or
miss that
more.
because you go in and the work is just so easy and everybody's in a good
Yep,
mood.
nobody's interrupting you. There's so few people there. I love it. My job, I'm interrupted a lot. Everyone has an emergency that isn't really an emergency.
Yeah,
So
I work in a very small warehouse, so I don't, you know, there's so few of us
yeah,
that I just want to get out.
yeah. We're treading water now. There's one other guy in our tech department, and for an entire school district. So we are, and every kid has a device, and every teacher has a device, and every classroom has devices. So we're outnumbered like 2,000 against two on devices. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's in. Un unrealistic expectations. These things sit for 3 months, and everyone thinks that they're just going to work magically on day one. So, oh well. I don't want to get going on that.
Nope. Start a rant.
I don't want to rant. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please click that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you leave your list of cereal disgust.
Yeah, we have 60 people, on average watching shows. If everybody just clicked a like, we'd come
It
up a
would
lot
boost
more
us.
in people's feeds.
It's true.
Doesn't take much. Just click like.
hmm
That's all. Like.
I mean, only if you like it. If you didn't like it, I mean, hit the
Don't,
dislike button.
yeah, don't do that. Okay.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Good night.